Maastricht is well known for the good ambience of its squares. The cosy Onze Lieve Vrouwenplein is one of the best known. The square is dominated by the robust medieval facade of the Onze Lieve Vrouwenkerk, the Church of Our Lady. The earliest sources that mentioned the Church of Our Lady date from the end of the 11th century. We do not have much concrete information about the time before that. One theory is that the church is built on the remains of a Roman temple. Since no excavations have ever been done inside the church, only around it, we do not know all the ins and outs of this matter. However, we do know that the earliest church on this site dates from the end of the 5th century, which presumably makes it the first Christian church in the Netherlands. Quite extraordinary are the two big grey cornerstones in the base of the west work, which are remains of the Roman fort that once stood here. The church has been built against the outside wall of the Roman castrum, the old town centre. From the 5th to the 8th century, bishops of Tongeren and Maastricht had their seats in the Church of Our Lady. Subsequently, it remained a collegiate church for centuries. During the French period, around 1800, churches and monasteries and convents were closed. The Slaafvrouwen, as the Church of Our Lady is referred to by the locals, even served as a military forge and as stables for a while. Through the centuries, the church has had many different faces. In 1933, on the Pope's authority, it was given the title of Basilica Minor. The Church of Our Lady is a great example of Roman architecture. The heavy, robust walls that give the building a closed character are the main characteristics of this medieval architectural style. In those times, the walls had a primarily supporting function. This accounts for why there are not many windows, only some small round windows or round arch windows. Because of the small windows, Roman buildings have fairly dark interiors. Round arches, barrel vaults and cross vaults are typically Roman interior features. In Gothic architecture, from around the 12th century, the use of pointed arches and new types of vaulting enabled the construction of increasingly higher churches with increasingly larger windows. The cross-shaped floor plan is due to the transepts. This principle finds its origin in the Romanesque period. Extraordinary are the two so-called pseudo-transepts, since the church has 3 transepts instead of only 1. The crypt is another feature that distinguishes the Church of Our Lady from other Romanesque churches. This room houses the church's oldest capitals. Because of this crypt, the church has a west and an east choir, which is very unusual. The east choir is well known for its beautifully sculptured capitals. Since 1903, the Gothic Marode Chapel, which is located next to the Church of Our Lady, accommodates Maastricht's pride and joy, Our Lady, Star of the Sea. From near and far, people come to admire this extraordinary 15th century wooden statue. They light a candle and pray to the Virgin Mary. Every year, during the Bidweg, a tradition that emanates from the procession ban of 1632, a replica of the statue is carried across the city. The statue is one of 4 Maastricht devotions. Inside the church, near the exit, stands a statue of Saint Christopher, wading through a river, carrying the baby Jesus on his shoulders. The wooden statue was made by medieval sculptor Jan van Steffenswert. People believed that by greeting Saint Christopher, they would not come to any harm that day. Saint Christopher was one of the 14 so-called Holy Helpers. Another Holy Helper, who is a central figure in the Church of Our Lady, is Saint Barbara. According to legend, she was locked up in a tower by her heathen father. When her father prepared to decapitate her, because she had converted to Christianity, he was struck by lightning. The southeastern apse tower, the Barbara Toren, was named after this saint. The chapter and city archives were kept in this tower. The Alda Carta, the document in which was recorded that the city had 2 lords, was kept here until 1664.